Badawi at Takbir. Join me in inviting him to the podium to speak to us this morning on this carefully selected topic, building society through zakat and endowment worker. Ustaz Imam Kabir Al-Badawi, you're welcome, sir. At-Takbir once again.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق والخاتم لما سبق ناصر الحق بالحق والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره ومقداره العظيم صلاة تفتح لنا بها أبواب الرضا والتيسير وتغلق عنا أبواب الشر والتعسير وتكون لنا بها وليا ونصيرا أنت ولينا وناصرنا ومولانا فنعم المولى ونعم النصير ولا حق قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. I want to seek for pardon and forgiveness from the house for coming in a bit late. It was an incident of me losing one of my finest students, the person of Muhammad Kabir Zakaria, a core member, yesterday night when he was coming to Kaduna. It is very tragic for us. Instead of society to have the class for him. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Huwallahu ahad. Lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakun lahu kufuwan ahad. As I'm speaking, we are yet to die. The janaza is going to be at 2 o'clock. He was coming rushing down to Kaduna because it is our culture and practice that the last 10 days of Ramadan we do perform tahajjud in our place with the Holy Quran, and it's one of the living Imam whom I used to put forward. I will just be guiding them on what to do. He left his service place to come and join us for the tahajjud. So that, not accident, it was just the end for him in the car. May Allah forgive him. The chairman of the occasion, our father Colonel Muhammad Abdullahi Abdul, our father Baba Dawo, members of the high table, because of the time, I want to seek the permission of the house to say some words in Yoruba, because you know us in Yoruba, at times we do see it like he doesn't want to respect me, that is why I speak in English. You know, we will have some kind of ways to respect our elders. We use plural form to greet our elder. For English, good morning is good morning for all. I have my mothers in the house. I have my fathers in the house. Look at them. Mama wa Ijihad, Olubeja. I mean, any privilege that sighting no matter how I be occasion by. She always hide for me. I know it's a good one, I like that too, my sister. I recognize Ajia. We were together last week in a program at Mutaras. I greet you all by saying Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Our topic, building society through zakat and endowments. Last week, Saturday, something closer or similar to this was discussed at Anwar al-Qaeda. And I said, this is a side of our fiqh, a side of our Islamic jurisprudence which we have not been harnessing. To some people, because of the religion, they see poverty as a sign of closeness to Allah. In fact, some of them, they call them zuhad. They will say, al-faqru shi'ar salihin. I have a friend when I was in secondary school. His name is Ibrahim. When we finished secondary school, we were in a polytechnic. He now joined a group, Ahlul Sunnah. So, you know, there are segments. They used to go to mosques to go and perform dawah and all sorts. Embracing this practice, the first thing he did was he went home, he removed the whole pictures hanged on the wall. His father said, Ibrahim, you better wait for your own turn to come. When you rent your house, don't put picture. Me, I will put my grandfather's picture. He got angry and left the house, and he was residing in the mosque. He did not have anything. The clothes he was wearing began to talk. One of the scholars, when he saw him in the mosque, he said, Ibrahim, a sign of Sunnah is now appearing from you. Ibrahim said, that was the day I thought. I said, so poverty is a sign of Sunnah. That day I left the mosque. I went home to go and beg my father. Islam did not say we should live in poverty. In fact, the aspect of this economy, we have not been harnessing it. For instance, now, if I gather people in the mosque after Maghrib and I say, I want to teach you how to write business plan. I want to teach you how to write quotations. I want to teach the young graduates how to write CV. So people will be saying, what is he saying? Is this part of our deen? Meanwhile, we forgot that we are the one that used to define Islam as a complete way of life. Is the economy part of life? Is not way of life? We Muslims will have Islamic bank. We have Islamic calendar. We have Islamic medicine. We have Islamic law. We have everything Islamic. We have Islamic economy. We have Islamic finance. We have Islamic insurance, takaful. Why are we not harnessing them? It's high time we begin to talk about this. So talking about halal and haram and how to earn living is part of what we're supposed to be telling people. One of my boys, when I was talking like this last week, he said, Afa, God bless you. Some people will be telling us the story of the prophet that one day he was angry, his stomach went inside, he tied stone. Where was Abu Bakr? Why did Abu Bakr look at him to get that hungry? They should need that kind of advice for us and tell us something different. I said the Prophet said, the Prophet said, search for your earnings on life like you will never die. He now said, don't forget to work for your hereafter as if you are dying tomorrow. So we have to mingle between the two. And one of the problems provide to the solution of poverty. In fact, none of the messengers of Allah come to this earth without talking about it. That is zakat. If you go to Surah Al-Anbiya, Quran chapter 21, Allah was mentioning names of the messengers and prophets. He was narrating their stories. Verse 72, Allah said, وَجَعَلْنَاهُمْ أَئِمَّةً يَهْدُونَ بِأَمْرِنَا. All these messengers, we made them to be leaders, to be guiding people to our paths. وَإِقَامِ الصَّلَاةِ. They should be observing salat. وَإِيتَاءُ الزَّكَاةِ. They should be performing zakat. وَكَانُوا لَنَا عَابِدِينَ. They are our worshippers. This is telling us that none of the messenger of Allah came to this world without talking about zakat. And we have had success stories of zakat elevating poverty completely during the era of Umar bin Khattab and Umar bin Abdul Aziz. Please let us go to the slide. I want to show us some things from this slide. Go to the next slide. This is the table of the contents. Let's go. Go to the next slide. This is an introduction. I have done the introduction briefly. What is zakat? What is zakat? The literal meaning of zakat, when an Arab said zakah, zakah means purified. But aflaha man tazakka. Whoever purifies his mind has succeeded. فَهَلْ لَكَ إِلَىٰ أَن تَزَكَّى. When Allah sent Musa to Pharaoh, Allah said, tell him that nothing remains for you than for you to purify your mind. So zakat means purification. It means cleanliness. It means growth. It means blessing and praises. And all this meaning were used by the Quran. The context meaning of zakat is the determined share of wealth prescribed by God to be distributed among deserving categories. There's a certain amount of wealth which Allah said you should dish out from what He gave you and disperse it to certain categories of human beings. Scholars like Imam al-Nawawi reported from Al-Wahid that this share of wealth is called zakat because it cleanses the inner soul of the payer and protects his wealth from being lost or destroyed. Zakat is here to do something for you, to cleanse your inner soul. That's why I said, Quran said, man tazakka. Whoever gives out zakat has succeeded because it has cleansing his inner soul. And it is going to protect the wealth from vanishing from that person. Next slide, because of the time. So, we are talking about zakat and we are talking about waqf. To us, the family of Islamic finance, we believe that when you observe your Zuhr prayer, you have nafilats. When you finish observing your Ramadan, you have Sittu Shawwal as nafila. When you go to Hajj, you have Umrah as nafila. So waqf is just a nafila to what? To zakat. So you have no any excuse to say, I cannot contribute to the progress and the alleviation of poverty in society. If you are not qualified for zakat, you should be qualified for waqf. What is waqf? Waqf is an Arabic word which literally means to hold, confinement, or prohibition. That is habs. The context meaning is to hold a certain property and preserve it for the confined benefit of certain philanthropy and prohibiting any use of disposition of it outside its specific objective. Once you donate something for waqf, it doesn't belong to you anymore. And you have to announce it that this thing has been a waqf. Because we have seen a lot of incidents here in Kaduna. This one is not a story that I was told. It's something I witnessed. A father built a house and left a part of the house as mosque.
he constructed a mosque beside the house. After his demise, the children sold their house plus the mosque. Now they are using the part of the mosque for shop. I have one of it where a man took that mosque as a place for teaching students. When the children, they said, no, you do listen, things are hard now. You should not have this kind of property and be wallowing in poverty. We want to sell it. Wallahi, by now, they have sold the place and they are using it for car wash. The person that bought it. Once you have donated a property as waqf, or part of your wealth as waqf, you don't have any say on it again. Not to even talk of your children. Next slide. The concept of zakat. You see, the concept of zakat, let me come to this place if I'm not going to block it. The concept of zakat, I've mentioned it. All religions, including man-made religions, did not neglect the humanitarian social issue, without which brotherhood and quality of life will not be realized. Even for those who are not Muslims, for those who are practicing a man-made religion, because we have plenty religions, you may not be aware. We have atheism. Atheism is one form of religion. We have atheism, we have Buddhism, we have Hinduism, we have Jainism, we have Mormonism, we have Rastafarians. They are all forms of religion. But let me take, for example, now, Rastafarians. They are the ones that used to sing reggae. Hiya Rastafarians. Their religion is that they are so kind to humanity that they will not use sharp objects on neither themselves or any other living thing. They will not eat flesh. Even egg, they will not eat it. Because they believe they are taking a soul before they feed. And that is why you see them with this long dada hair. Because they don't want to use object on anything. They are so kind to humanity. Their whole religion is what? Kindness to humanity. You can see that even man-made religion took care of humanitarian services. How much more of the Allah-sent religion? What do you think Allah will do? The voice of the heavenly religions was louder in calling for care of the poor and powerless than other secular systems. Because the heavenly religions had deeper effects than any human philosophy or man-made law. So this is the concept of zakat, telling us that even those who don't believe in Allah believe that we should be kind to humanity. And reminding us again that this zakat is not a man's thinking. It is what? It is a revelation from Allah. Next slide, please. I'm just trying to put it. Now, the concept of waqf. I tried to explain part of the things I said the other time. The properties after being declared as waqf no longer remain in the ownership of the donor. The ownership of waqf rests in Allah, but the beneficiaries benefit from the proceeds of dedicated property. Muslim jurists accepted that a waqf can own properties. You can donate a mosque, for instance, now, and the people of the mosque try to gather money and say, this remaining space of the mosque. Maybe you, when you are donating the mosque, you never thought of the remaining space. The people now say, okay, so that we can have good, proper management of the mosque, let us donate money and build some shops here. When we earn money from there, maybe during Ramadan, we'll be doing iftar for the less privileged. Maybe when there's need for innovation of the mosque, we'll be using it. You should not now come to your head and say, no, now mosque I give you. So the waqf itself can own a property and generate another property. Waqf is not a human being in the matter of ownership. Once waqf ownership is established, it will logically follow that it can sell and purchase, may become a debtor and a creditor, and can sue or be sued, and all these characteristics of a juridical person can be attributed to it. We have seen a case where a mosque needs expansion, and the building beside the mosque, he wanted to sell it. The mosque went to one of the Islamic banks and said, during our Friday Jumat, we used to make so amount of money, and just calling our attention to it. These are ways we can finance our mosque. When we went to the Islamic finance organization, they are giving counter asset, a benevolent loan